Well, citizens taking cover and air raid sirens going off throughout the whole country. Israel now starting the biggest civil defense drill in its history. The emergency exercises preparing for possible missile attacks are now underway for the next 5 days. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu calls the drill routine. But you know, there's nothing routine when Iran continues its nuclear plans, defies the United Nations Security Council, and repeatedly Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad vows to wipe Israel off the map. This comes as President Obama heads to the Middle East this coming week to speak out to the Muslim world amid new tensions with Israel. Daniel Ayalon is the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Israel, and he joins us live here in New York. Mr. Foreign Minister, thanks for joining us. Good to see you as always.
Pleasure, Eric. Thank you.
These drills going on right now, is Israel preparing for a possible nuclear attack by Iran?
No, not necessarily. It's just out of a routine drill. We have to be prepared. You know, it's a very unstable situation, unfortunately, basically because of Iran. It's a relentless campaign illegal campaign to achieve nuclear capability, and also which is something which is also we have to be very important to note, that they are expanding their influence through incitement and through terrorism throughout the world, Latin America, Lebanon, Egypt, the Palestinian Authority, everywhere they can really push forward.
I know you call these exercises, you say they're routine, but I mean, seriously, look at the potential threat to your nation, Iran not stopping, and the Security Council unable to do basically anything about it.
Well, this is something that, you know, we really put our trust in the leadership of President Obama, and we will follow his lead. And I believe that this last chance that the Iranians get, they better take it. And if they don't, I think it would be incumbent on the international community to really put forth very, very strict measures and economic sanctions. And what is the most frustrating thing here, Eric, is that Iran is a very, very weak country with many vulnerabilities, especially economic ones, but also political ones, and they will not be able, this regime will not be able to survive real economic sanctions, but so far they have not been put with this dilemma whether to continue with their intransigence or to pay the price.
You know, you say that Israel is putting its trust in the leadership of President Obama. Do you feel that Israel is safe under the leadership of President Obama? You're having a fight now over the settlements. He wants them to stop. Your government doesn't want them to stop. Do you have faith that this administration will protect Israel as others have in the past?
Oh, absolutely. Israel and the United States are natural allies, and the bond between us really transcends periods of presidency or governments in Israel, because our interests, our values, our ethos is so much intertwined. But more than that, Eric, and is something also worth noting, and that is Israel will never put its defense for other people to fight for us. Israel has always been able and building its own security forces, so we will fight for ourselves, and we will never ask Americans to be in harm's way on our behalf.
Does that mean that Israel potentially could launch strikes against Iran's nuclear facilities if the President of the United States says no?
Well, this is a very hypothetical question. I would say that there are so many measures beforehand. Iran can be stopped, and it can be stopped rather easily if indeed there will be a unity of purpose by the entire international community, with also a unity of operation. And we will soon know. The Iranian clock, unfortunately, is still ticking, and it's measured by months, not years. But I would suffice to say that Iran is an existential threat, not just for Israel, but for the entire Sunni Arab regimes in the region and much beyond. And Eric, I will just draw attention to your viewers that only 2 weeks ago they launched successfully a missile which reaches, the range is more than 2,000 kilometers, covering Europe. And also on the drawing board are much farther range missiles that could also reach the eastern border of the United States. So it is a threat to all of us. So it should be the international community that takes a measure together in an effective way.
Well, it's continuing, and it seems to be growing, and it's not stopping. Daniel Ayalon, the Deputy Foreign Minister of Israel, joining us here in New York Live this morning. Thank you very much for appearing on the Fox News Channel.
A security issue back at home, security tightening up on the U.S.